At the making of this video, the NBA's MVP was announced yesterday, and as expected, Shai Gilgeous-alexander won the MVP, as it was pretty obvious he was going to win it. But now people are no longer appreciating the greatness we are seeing, and are now discrediting his MVP by using "what if" to discredit his season. So in this video, I am going to tell you why Shai deserved the MVP and how we are witnessing one of the greatest players right now. Hi, my name is Golden Takes, and this is my Golden Take.
And I gotta worry about trade talk. I'm the MVP. I'm the MVP of this league. The best basketball players in the world. I was honored with the MVP. The MVP, the best basketball player in the world. And when I lose, this is what I gotta go through.
You're up 2-0. What's the story? Are you not happy, or you're only half happy, or?
Still to be happy about.
You're up 2-0.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
Okay.
Fellas, we work all year long for it, man. Shaq the man, most dominant player in the world. Championship, it's ours. Love it, it's beautiful. Mwah, 2G, baby, you love it. We out.
Shai Gilgeous-alexander, after coming off a season in which he earned all three accolades an NBA player wants, he captured an MVP, Finals MVP, and an NBA championship. Regardless if you think that if Tyrese was dead, they would have lost, it doesn't matter, as the Thunder were the NBA champions, and going to this season, we're trying to be the first team since 2019 to go back to the NBA Finals after winning it. Going into this season, J-Dub, his second best player, after playing through an injury in NBA Finals, was going through rehab and would miss the beginning of the season, which eventually turned to most of the season due to other injuries. So Shai will begin his season without his second best player and still dominated. Through the first 40 games of the season, the Thunder record was 33-7, and at some point during the first 20 games of the season, many projected him to beat the Warriors record back in 2016 due to the dominance of the Thunder team. Shai, during this stretch, averaged 31.1 points, 6.3 assists, 1.4 steals, shooting 54% from the field and 59% from twos. I don't think you understand how insane that is, but we'll get to that percentage later, trust. Shai, during this stretch, only missed 2 games, and he was consistently playing and dominating as well. In the month of November alone, he was averaging 32.1 minutes per game, but still averaging 28.1 points. He would drop 25 plus points and still be able to sit in fourth quarters. The Thunder's dominance is contributed to their amazing defense, yes, as Chet is one of the best defenders in the league, as the players that Sam Presti has brought in and the head coach defensive system has contributed greatly. But throughout this stretch of 40 games, Shai was the offensive piece. If you watch these games, they were dominant defensively, yes, but to score, to be able to get open, it was Shai or nothing, and Shai consistently delivered. Unfortunately, he was injured with the abdominal strain and missed significant time, but he came back just in time to seal his MVP. March 6, 2026, it was a battle between two teams that were seen as the best in the Western Conference. The Oklahoma City were able to now have Shai back as he missed 9 games. It was now a rematch, as in the playoffs last year, their series went to 7 games, and the outcome could have easily been a different result. But it was also another reason why this game was important. At this point, the MVP was coming down to a couple of players, Victor Wembanyama, Nikola Jokic, and Shai. Then all of a sudden, Luka Doncic was cooking and making his case as well. So going into this game, it was important. Nikola Jokic at this point of the season was injured at the beginning portion, but as he came back, he was slowly coming back to his form and leading his Nuggets team. As you know, his impact is insane offensively. This game was amazing, as Jokic was doing Jokic things. Jokic in this game had 32 points, 14 rebounds, 13 assists, and was out there doing everything. Murray, in one of the best seasons of his career, also contributed with 21 points, but the Thunder were not going up without a fight. Shai in this game had 35 points, 9 rebounds, and 15 assists, as Jalen Williams dropped 29 points and 12 rebounds. And at this point, the Thunder has 3-76 for Jeremy McCain, as he added in his 13 points. And also, the AJ Mitchell coming out party was in full effect, as he dropped 24 points off the bench, and this game was close to coming out to the wire. Just a couple of games ago, a matchup between these two teams was forced to go into overtime, but this time it was going to be different. A Jokic made 3 and Murray split free throws made this game a 3-point game with 9 seconds to go. Shai gets the ball and goes to work.
0.5 left, no fouls to give.
There he is.
SGA with 5. SGA step back 3. He's got it!
Shai wins the game, and again, in my opinion, thrusts himself further into the MVP conversation as he was clutched again. And he also tied the infamous Wilt Chamberlain 25-plus point games in a row. He made history, made a game-winning shot, and practically sealed the MVP. Now, when I say sealed the MVP, I'm gonna go through each candidate and explain why I feel like their case wasn't deserving. But first, let's talk about Shai. Shai in this season, in totality, averaged 31.1 points per game, 4.3 rebounds, 6.6 assists, 1.4 steals on 55, 38, 87 splits. Now, we all know on this channel, I love a great midway shooter, as it looks so perfect when you're efficient and effective at doing it. Shai on twos this season averaged 60% from the field, but specifically on shots 10 to 14 feet is averaging 60% from the field, and 15 to 19 feet, 46%. Then from the mid-range area in totality, 49%. This man is almost shooting 50% on mid-ranges, and if you combine his shooting plus his driving, he is averaging at a 60% clip. That is how effective Shai has been. Now, let's talk about the infamous foul bang narrative that surrounds Shai. First off, if you believe this, you only live on Twitter or TikTok. You don't actually take the time to sit down and watch these games. Now, this season, Luka averaged the most free throw attempts with 10.1 attempts per game. Denny, shout out to Denny, with 9.2. Then Shai with 9 attempts. Now, the reason why Shai averaged a lot of free throws is due to his play style and how he's defended. Shai is so great at driving and shooting in the mid-range area that the defender has to choose what to guard and how to guard it, which leads to either a foul or Shai using their indecisiveness to create a foul, which every player of his caliber does. I want people to keep the same energy for Jimmy Butler, but since he isn't an MVP caliber player, he doesn't get this hate. Kobe has seasons where he's averaging 9, 10 attempts per game due to this, or MJ, where he's averaging 9+ as well. The reason why we use it for Shai because of his playstyle and also how we are digesting NBA content in a bad way. Highlights do not give the full context of plays, and how a team defends a player throughout the full totality of a game. Even with that, Shai is still having a very efficient season without his second best player. And something that I criticized him for last season, which is playmaking, he improved it drastically. Now, I made a video talking about each MVP candidate in their case and if they can win it. So go watch that video if you want to break down each player. But I'm going to use the same word I've been using throughout this season. Consistency. Shai has consistently been the scorer and playmaker and has been clutched down the field for this team. Shai without J-Dub, Caruso missing games, and Hartenstein as well, which are major pieces of this team. He was still able to go out and make every game competitive. This is the problem I have with other players in the conversation. Luka was on fire before he was injured, unfortunately, but it was too late. Jokic has the offensive impact, but wasn't as dominant as he was in previous years, and his defensive liabilities were apparent in the regular season. And then Wemby, who I believe had the biggest argument against Shai, just wasn't as dominant offensively as he was defensively. He was the unanimous defensive player of the year, and it makes sense as he is arguably one of the best rim protectors I've ever seen, but he was so offensively inconsistent in the regular season, it was just so hard to pinpoint his ceiling offensively. He definitely improved, and he'll be a problem in the future. Shai has gotten so much flack for winning MVP, when it really just makes sense. He was offensively dominant and consistently helped this team win, and his impact is just insane. This was why Shai deserved the MVP. My name is Golden Takes, and that was my Golden Take.
It's the 126.
Swear I'm tired of all these hoes sneaking, trying to set me up. If you play around with the game, we gon' pull up, shoot it up. No route, I swear I gotta blow up all that rap shit, ain't no choice.